contribution to this bill before getting
it
to
was
the committee
not
of the
only
whole House?
denied but also obstructed.
Okay.
Even members who did get an opportunity to make their contribution, especially if you're making your contribution against this bill, you were not given time to ventilate onto the issues freely. Anytime a member who was going to make a discussion or a point, they had set people who would object them on points of order, unnecessary, unsubstantiated points of order. On the side, when, for example, people who are seated on the side where we were critiquing this bill, when you stood on a point of order, even when you did mention the point of order that you're standing on, again, you are ignored. But when then, on the other side, they stood on a point of order, which they did not even point out which order they were standing on, they were still given an opportunity to go ahead and disrupt. Some of them would even force what they call the point of information. And point of information must be accepted by the person who is being given information. And sometimes we were forced to receive and to get information. Someone like Majority Leader, for example, was making debate on this bill after every 5 minutes. And you wonder, why should this be allowed? I mean, if as a Majority Leader, you make your contribution of 10 minutes. And that should be sufficient. You can't keep on clarifying on the floor of the House after every single member who is opposing this bill stands. And you disrupt them and get other people to disrupt them on the floor. And of course, I saw one of the media houses reporting that the opposition was disorganized. And that is what that is what we have a problem with sometimes with our journalism, because if you are a journalist and you are following what was happening in the assembly, you could tell clearly that there was a cartel between the speakers who are leading this debate, Majority Leader, and then the leadership of the House in general, and a few members whom they had set up from Finance Committee especially, who just stand, waste time, filibuster, and not make any meaningful contribution.
Right.
And this was being done to deny Kenyans information, facts, and impact of the finance bill to their lives in the coming days.
Let's go into some of those facts and the impact of the finance bill, because unfortunately all these theatrics, whereas they may seem like they were a bit annoying to certain people, is part of the game, isn't it? Filibustering and all of this denying folks an opportunity to speak happens everywhere. But had you been given an opportunity to speak, and I do agree that to an extent these theatrics actually do stop important debate from making its way into the open arena. What was your understanding of the finance bill, and what were some things then that were very clear in your mind